Welcome back. I'm at the west coast now. Just arrived here by hitchhiking. I'm next to the state highway number, I don't know, it's going along the west coast. And from here I go down to the river. It's a big west coast river I have to cross first in order to walk upstream another nice, lovely river. I did this trip last year. It was pretty nice up there. I caught only 2 trout in one day. A windy day today. West coast wind. The west coast is not far from here. My boat is already down, or the packraft. I pop it up. I better keep going. It's already 3 o'clock. So started the trip by paddling over this lovely river, and then I have to walk approximately 3 hours up another river on a rough track, but I should be able to make it easily to the hut. It's possible to wade over the river too, but the water's low, but I don't know where, and I need the packraft upstream anyway, as there's no hiking track along the river. And it's pretty easy, or not pretty easy, but way easier with a packraft to make my way upstream, where hopefully the big fish are waiting. I made it over the river, and I found the river mouth here. Somehow I need to find the track now, which is starting somewhere up there soon. So far it is pretty easy to walk. Some creeks to cross, and here I can see my river already. I want to fish for probably one day. There's not more water. There's some nice fish in. So let's have a look. Oh yeah, that looks pretty promising. Water is good. I'm making my way through beautiful forest. There's a kind of a track, but yeah, that was all I had last year too. I made it. I arrived at this bright colored hut where I will stay the night. It looks like nobody's here, and the river looks completely different here. Oh, there was a fish riding down there. That's the river, and from up there there's no track. I need my packraft to make a 9 or 10 kilometer upstream tomorrow. Pretty dark in the hut. I arrived by the river after walking for 20-30 minutes. From here on I couldn't find any track as I could do last year. The boat is blowing up automatically, and I will enter the river here and make my way upstream. I arrived at the good fly water, but I haven't seen a trout yet. I could have presented a fly. Look just here in the background. That's as good as fly fishing water in New Zealand can be. So I will move further upstream. I remember the little waterfalls here coming down when I was rafting back to the hut. Beautiful New Zealand brown trout. Look at that. I cannot see. Look at him. That's how fish look at the western coast. Beauties. I'm just replacing the knot after each catch. I don't want to lose a fish. All I do here is I tie them straight to the braid, so I don't use any monofilament or fluorocarbon leader. It's just a couple more knots, and the fish are so focused on the lure. Make the proper knot and use a 15-pound braid at least. Pretty strong fish in here. I don't want to lose them. And hey, to catch them, do not listen on what people tell you in tackle stores. The first thing they told me after 20 years only fly fishing, use a monofilament 5 or 6 pounds. Every ground here would break them. If you go backcountry, use a strong leader. The thing I don't see fish here is we have some fresh footprints next to the river. Sometimes people walk in and I'm pretty sure a fly fisherman was in front of me. This is why I am not catching any fish on the fly and I cannot see them. The fish down there, he was resting. I think he has been caught. So, but with lures I'm successful. It's a bit of a shame. I came here to catch fish on the fly. But I hope to be lucky further. With my boat I can cover more distance. 400 meters and I'm back. Good timing. I can go swimming now and have my dinner. Lovely drift down the river. I had to get off the boat a couple of times because the water was pretty low up there in the headwater of the river, but here it's pretty easy. Some dead wood, but lovely. Yeah, and there you can see the hut. Morning. We have a wonderful morning today. Weather's great. I packed everything, cleaned the hut, had my breakfast. I have to walk out for approximately 3 hours. I want to stop at one spot to do some more fishing. Yesterday was kind of a ride. Fly fishing was very poor. Not even one fish I could see. Last year I had 2 fish, but I got some on the lure. Nothing on the fly, but better than nothing at all. The valley is wonderful. There were fresh footprints all along the river, almost all along. I started to catch more fish as soon as I got closer to the canyon where I could pass on with the packraft, whereas it would have been way more difficult to walk around. Nevertheless, it's always a 3-day trip, 1 day in, 1 day out, and 1 whole day fishing. I made it yesterday all the way up to the gorge where after beyond the river becomes pretty small, and I was happy to see all the river. I haven't done that last year. I hope to get a few more fish on the way back. I'm about to make my last cast. Fished 5 minutes, pool. It's a beautiful pool. There should be fish in 100%. I didn't even see one. Same upstream. I had no bite, no contact, didn't see a fish. That's most likely because it's a glacial fed river. You see it from the rocks here. If it's raining here, it's at the west coast of the South Island. There's a lot of rain usually. Everything, all the macroinvertebrates, the larvae of the insects is washed down, young fish are washed down. The water can be meters higher here. So that's probably the reason why there's no fish. Leaves us at the conclusion why there's fish up in the upper part. It's probably less slope or whatever. So there's some footprints by the river like yesterday, but still a trout. That means as a fisherman I've been here recently and I'm pretty close to the big river, so not too far in here, but still we should see a fish in a pool like that. I am ready for the last kilometer to paddle and then cross the big river back to the main road. Stunning day, so I can get a bit wet. There's some rapids waiting around the corner, but all in all it will be an easy paddle, hopefully. You never know. Beautiful paddling. Headwind, but that doesn't matter. It's not long to paddle anyway. And there's plenty of current to support me going downstream. To the road. It was pretty windy out there, so you wouldn't have understood anything anyway. I had 3 days without meeting anybody in a lovely valley. Unfortunately, I did not catch anything on the fly, but this is normal in these days. Fishing pressure is so high, and there were these footprints of these ultra trail running shoes all the way up, almost all the way up to the canyon. Just where they stopped, I caught a few. Maybe he was spin fishing, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I was prepared. I had my spinning rod with me. I caught a couple of nice, beautiful trout. I made it safely back. Had a lovely paddle. Had no drop of rain. 3 days of great weather. And my next fishing trip is starting already. Most likely tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, the latest. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you maybe next time. Bye bye.